Hey everybody, it's Liz from Delaney and Sons, and I have a special guest with me today. He is going to be at the Vintage Gunners Cup. He'll have a booth, and yes, he has something on his head. What is on your head, and who are you?
Good morning, Liz. I hope you are doing fine and have a
I'm
great
good.
summer before we see each other at the Vintager
Yes.
and all the other friends.
Yes.
I'm Geoffroy Gournet. I am engraver. I work with hammer and chisel, no automatic, pneumatic tools, only that. And I engrave mostly shotgun, side by side, but sometimes rifles, double rifle, watches, and you name it after. It could be a musical instrument, brass, old furniture, anything.
Right.
But mostly shotgun.
Yes, yes. So I met you a few years ago, I think at a Vintage Gunners event or the Southern, and it's very nice to see you. You're a lot of times your head is down. You have, what is that? Is that a magnifying glass?
And the magnifying, the lenses.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So, and I hear you with your little, hammer, and you are engraving. And sometimes, yep, sometimes you get out from behind the booth and walk around, so I get to see you. But your work is exquisite. Tell us more about how you got into being an engraver, and how long ago was that? I mean, I know that you are French. So did you start this in France, and how long have you been in the States? Just tell us a little history
Yeah.
about Jeff.
My father was hunting, and he got some old shotgun from the grandfather and things like that. So always have been, because we're on the countryside, playing with side by side or smoothbore. And we always got antiques, all type of antiques and vintage. So I get used to work with many old things. For the engraving, I really like the shotgun and how it was made. So I went to the gunsmith school in Liège. Liège being close, very close for me compared to Saint-Étienne. And they have a good school there. And I learned, but I was very quickly interested by engraving. So I did some gunsmithing. I work beside the school for Ernest Dumoulin and for other people where I could learn the trade. But as soon as I could, I start engraving. And I like it for many reasons because it just make it nicer. It's a very small, I would say, investment compared if you have a gun store, with a machine. So I start that and I really like it. And I spent a couple of years in Liège, and after I went to Brescia, Garden Valtrampia, where I learned. So when I was in Liège, I was working with Delcourt, with Griffnier, and I went to Italy, of course, the Cesare Giovanelli Bottega. I met there the people of creative art. That's Giovanni Steduto, Giacomo. And after, they were employed there, it was before creative art. And after the work I was doing there, I was learning. I was not doing any work for them. I was learning the Bulino. The Bulino, that's the Bulino. So after work, I work with Giovanni Pedersoli, who was nice enough to take me and to show me how to sharp the Bulino and how to do the things. It's how I came to the trade.
Okay. And then when did you move to the States?
I moved shortly after because I wanted to travel. So I knew if I was becoming an engraver, the baggage will be very small to come here. And I moved in 84 or around maybe 83. And I find a contract at the time with an engraver in the South, in Lynchburg, Virginia, Ken Hurst, where I worked for maybe 1 year. And then after I moved to New Jersey and I worked for Parker Reproduction. I stayed there 16 or 17 years, working at their place and working where I live right now in Easton. It's 60 miles from New York City, north of Philadelphia on the New Jersey border. And I worked for 17 years for them doing the A1 custom. So I did only the A1 custom because there is some mini grade engraved in Japan. And by doing that, I met a good customer, interesting customer with special project. High grade, people buying high grade gun. And I did all type of scenes, Bulino scenes, all what I learned in Italy, I was able to do it here.
Yeah.
Because it was Parker, I made slowly the Parker reproduction or the Parker guys, the old guy doing Parkers. Then I met the Fox guy on, you know, all the antique American guns.
Yeah. And they'll all be there too at the Vintage Gunners.
Yeah.
So you mostly engrave people's personal guns. It's not like you work on, you know, a production line of a new gun that's coming out with a company. You more or less get connected with people with their own shotguns, and maybe they want to make it a little bit more personal. Maybe they just have bought it and they want to add a little bit of their personality to the gun. Is that right? That's why someone would come to you to get their gun engraved?
Yes. To finish, to answer your question, the previous question, I became US citizen in 20 years ago. I don't remember, a long time ago.
All right.
Each project is unique. People have new gun, old gun, or restoration, that's another thing, or on an old gun, and they want that engraved. Each one is unique. They come with their own dogs, their own landscape. Sometimes they just want a matching pair, two guns, or to match the guns they already have and they like, or to reproduce a famous Parker scene or Fox, you know, scene in the Gun Journal.
Mm-hmm. Do you help them? Do you help them with ideas? And do they come to you with a drawing, or do you work together?
Each one is different. Sometimes people know very well what they want. You know, as I say, they've seen the Theodore Roosevelt Fox gun in a magazine and they want exactly that, or with some little modification. And I do a lot of things like that. It's very close to do a restoration. Sometimes they have completely different ideas. They want their farm, and they came with their own project.
Yeah.
Sometimes they set me free for something. You know, the freedom is always, even if it's very limited, I always like an artist of the Middle Age. You know, I can do what I want in this place. I think an example, it's a Bellini painting of somebody giving to the Virgin Mary the flag, and the flag is just a piece of work. But because Bellini at this time was free to do what he wanted. Of course, he got some order do a victory over Turkey, but he did how he wanted. So very often it's like that. I have always room to do what I want, even if I have some general instruction.
Yes, some artistic license, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, we're excited. So what will you have at your booth? What can people expect to see when they come under the tent and they come to your booth?
It's always changing because guns doesn't stay a long time here. I try not to have a pile of guns with the white waiting. And when a gun is finished, it leaves. So I have much better thing to see on my website than I have here. Here, now I was working on the Guérini, so I replaced the gold-plated part by a real, real gold in relief. No, nothing fancy, but that was the order. And I do here the receiver with some scroll work, and it's for the 5-star shooting club, hunting club in Alabama, and they asked me to do a gun for them, so it's going to be auction for them, and I do all the scroll work on to make it, starting from a gun in the white to make it unique. But sometimes I can start it from an old Fox or an old Parker or whatever, an old English gun.
Right, right. Well, I think you
What I
pretty,
would like to show there, I don't know. It's why I show what I can do.
yes.
That's the best I can do. But sometimes the nice receiver are not there.
Hmm.
They gone to the case coloring or gray finish.
Right, right, right. Well, I mean, I think from what I've seen at your past booths, it's almost like you take your workshop to the booth and they can kind of see you work. I think it's really neat. It's something that is unique to the rest of the, no, we don't have any other engravers there. So if people want to see how it's done, maybe they have a gun that they want to get personalized, they can bring it and you guys can talk about what you can do for them to make their gun a little bit more personal to them.
Yes, it's not all this crowd know me. I always see new people, but it's a good friendly crowd, and I'm happy to see soon.
Yes, yes, we all like getting together. It is it's my favorite weekend when we have these gun shows because it's not just the shooters, but it's the other vendors that we get to know and see and hang out with. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in Virginia in September.
See you soon, Sean and Liz, and have a great summer.
Okay, you too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.